בעזרת השם. פסוק כ"א פרק י"ד. בז לרעהו חוטא. Someone that despises his friend is a sinner. חוטא, he's wrong. ומחונן עניים ענבים אשריו. Whoever has pity for the poor or for the anav, he's a lucky man. אשריו, he's praised. Says the Gaon, when you belittle or you disregard a relationship, حوتي, you sin. In what sense do you sin? Here, حوتي, חטא מלשון חיסרון. You miss out. By disregarding and being indifferent in a relationship, you create a void in that relationship. And now that person that was an ohev, that loved you, will no longer love you. And that usually happens, says the Gaon, when baz lere'ehu, when you do that in his face, meaning when you are indifferent or you're dismissive or degrading towards someone in front of him, then you create now a void in the relationship that you've had with that person until now. And that person will now be less connected to you and less emotionally engaged. So at the end, you that misbehaved created now emptiness, because that love and that care that you were receiving from that individual, you no longer have. ומחונן ענבים or עניים, מחונן, לא חונן, מחונן, the one, not that has hanina, that has pity or mercy, but the one that makes others have pity, meaning he promotes, yes, the behavior of hanina towards the poor or towards the anav, the humble. Ashrav, this person is praised. Says the Gaon, Ashrav ba'olam hazeh, the person gets reward and kavod, the proper kavod, in this world. Lucky is this individual in this world, says the Gaon. Which type of promotion are we talking about? When you influence, you engage, yes, with others to do good, to the poor, to do good, to the humble, without expecting nothing in return from no one. Not from the poor and not from the person that you're trying to influence. Says the Gaon, HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes and pays you for that sachar, for that merit. You engage into chesed, and you influence others to do chesed. You engage into chesed, into tzedakot, into anything that will influence others to enhance the life of the poor or the weak or the underdog, yes? And you do it l'shem shamayim without any reward for it, you have direct reward, HaKadosh Baruch Hu rewards you. And what is the reward that HaKadosh Baruch Hu rewards you? That you are called ashrei, lucky. meaning that the beracha that you will get will make people say, "Why Ashrei, Ashrei haben adam hazeh." Wow, this how blessed, how lucky, from a place of blessing. Like we say, Ashrei yoshevei veitecha, right? How lucky, how blessed is the one that can sit, in your makom Torah. That comes from a place of beracha, from a good place, not from a place of jealousy or from a place of comparison. No, wow, how great! That is the reaction that you will get from the beracha that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives you for enhancing and enabling others to do chesed. Now, you cannot really quantify the definition of Ashrei, right? You cannot. But whatever that beracha is, will shine an aura, shine a beracha that will create that reaction. If you do it, Leshem Shamayim. So it's interesting. If you're dismissive and indifferent, you end up losing, right? You lose the love that you had, meaning you had love from someone, yes, and now you lost that love. And if you are engaged, then not only, yes, that you actually help others, yes, but you are blessed now to become a source of attraction. Ashrev. People want to be around people that you say, wow, how great that person is. You want to be around great people. So by helping others, HaKadosh Baruch Hu turns you into a magnetic force to have people around you looking up to you. Here we see the two really polar opposite, yes, actions and benefits that come with it, or deficits that come with it. Good? Pasuk Kavbet. Halo yit'u horeshe ra. The ones that plan evil, that plan bad, halo yit'u, they deviate, they make mistakes. The chesed ve'emet horeshe tov, right? And the people that do good, that plan good, end up with chesed and emet.
Those who plan evil end up making mistakes?
Yes. Yes. They deviate. And we understand what it means. Says the Gaon, when someone plans to do bad, to hurt someone, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gets involved, confuses that person, so that now the person will make a mistake and will fall in his own trap, will fall in his own bad. What is the biggest case study that we have about somebody that tried to do bad and the bad backfired on him?
Bilam.
Yes, indirectly, yes, but even more, yes, but even clearer than Bilam, like straightforward. Somebody, no, Haman. Haman, he put a tree, right, a pole to hang Mordechai, and he was hung on his own tree. And all this by what? He made a mistake. What was the mistake? He came to try to convince Achashverosh. He fell on the bed, right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu made him do mistakes to end up, yes, paying the price he wanted Mordechai to pay with his own tools. Chesed ve'emet chorshe tov. Now, what's the difference between Chesed and Emet? Chesed is kindness. Yes. Emet is righteousness, honesty. So says the Gaon like this. Chesed is when you do something for someone that is beyond what is expected. Something that you're not mechuyav to do, you don't have to do. That's chesed. Emet is doing something you have to do. That's emet. So when you do chesed to someone because that person did you chesed, it's not chesed, it's emet. When is it chesed? When you do to the other that did you chesed more than he did to you.
What's emet again?
Emet is being reciprocal. Somebody did you a favor.
Equally reciprocal.
Equally reciprocal. You did the person also a favor. Yes, favor for favor, it's equal. It's called emet. The first person did chesed, but you giving back the chesed, it's called emet. Now, if you do a favor that's greater than the favor that was done to you, then whatever is greater than that favor is called chesed. And that's what it means. Titen emet leYaakov, chesed leAvraham. HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't have to give Avraham, yes, all those blessings. But he did. That's chesed. Right? But to Yaakov, once HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised to Avraham that he will give him all this chesed, towards Yaakov, it's not chesed, it's emet. Because that was promised already to Avraham. So what is chesed to Avraham is emet to Yaakov. So says the Gaon Shlomo Melech, he's coming to tell us how we generate an engine of chesed amongst Am Yisrael. How is Am Yisrael builds, yes, olam shel chesed. He says like this, every person that does a tova, you have to make sure that you give back a bigger tova. That's how you generate chesed. Right? It's clear. Because if not, it's emet. It says the Gaon, this is how we bring to the world midat chesed. By making sure we always do more than what we receive. Yes.
But we studied that tzedakah is not chesed, tzedakah is emet.
Who spoke about tzedakah right now?
No, if you do a favor to another one in the prior pasuk, to the anim, you are not doing chesed.
Yes. Well, to the
you are obliged to.
Huh?
You are obliged to give part of your money to another Jew, so it's emet.
Your maaser is emet. Your tzedakah is chesed.
Okay.
Maaser you have to give, it's not yours. That's emet. If you give more, it's chesed. You give 10% is emet. You give 20% is chesed. So says the Gaon, Am Yisrael generates chasadim and bring chasadim to the world because they understand that amongst each other they always have to be Baalei Chesed. So and by being a Baal Chesed, it's always doing more than what you will receive. So it's a snowball effect, yes? That's what the Gemara says. If somebody gives you lentils to eat, don't give him back lentils. Give back to him beans or rice or like wheat, something that's more substantial. So he says, Chesed ve'emet lehorshei tov. Whoever is always looking to do good. Yes. Meaning, when you always engage to do tov, then what is the reward? Chesed and emet. Why chesed and emet? Chesed is for what you've done extra, and emet is for what you've done to par. Right? So when you're a choresh tov, when you're always interested in doing good to others, you can only get or chesed or emet. Because if you did good to par, it's emet, and if you did more, it's chesed. Okay? Another hidush here, says the Gaon, if a person decided that he wants to do a mitzvah, I'm going to do this mitzvah, and for whatever reason, he was not able to do it. We know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu accounts that thought as if he did the mitzvah. So now he has a machshava and he has a ma'aseh. That's chesed and emet. That's chesed ve'emet. HaKadosh Baruch Hu pays him for the machshava, for the thought. That's emet. You had a good thought, you get paid for a good thought. That's emet. But to get paid for the ma'aseh, it's chesed. Yes? So HaKadosh Baruch Hu does chesed with the individual by giving him more reward than what he was than what he's really supposed to get. So says the Gaon, a choresh, somebody that plows, yeah, that always plans to do good, always looking to do good, he is in a dynamic with HaKadosh Baruch Hu of chesed and emet all the time.
Shouldn't it be that if they pay you for a thought, should be rachamim, not emet?
Why rachamim?
Because you didn't do it. They're paying you for not, without doing it.
One second. If we agree that a good thought is worthy of a reward, yes, then it's emet.
Okay.
If you say that it's not worthy of a reward, then you're right. Then it's chesed. Okay. It's not even rachamim. Then it's like maaseh. Yes, but the Torah tells us that Kadosh Baruch Hu values our thoughts, our goodwill, and that is worth something. But to the point of saying now you get paid for the action, that's a little bit it's far-fetched, no? Well, Kadosh Baruch Hu says yes. It says if you did the action and you get rewarded for that action. Chesed atzum. Good. Pasuk Kav Gimel. Bechol etzev yihye motar. In every effort, in every toil, there is an outcome. There is an extra. Udvar sefatayim ach lemachsor. And words of the lips only losses. Says the Gaon, Shlomo Melech is bringing a klal that is extremely important. Do more than you talk. Bechol etzev, every effort that you do will have an outcome. Somewhat, one way or another, you will get an outcome. But the talking not only that there is not going to be any outcome by the talking, but you're losing by talking. Because by talking, you lose the time, you lose the effort, you put your idea there. Like we brought the Keter Malchut and the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat, that when you say I'm going to do, at the end you don't do nothing. Yes, you cashed in your virtual reality your benefits instead of in reality. That's what talking does. And the person that talks a lot, he's focused on the talking and he misses the opportunity. Practically, he's losing the opportunity because he's busy talking. Same thing is also Belimudat Torah. When you take the Torah seriously and practically, every opportunity that comes to do a mitzvah, you do it. But whoever says, I'm going to learn, I'm going to study, I'm going to do this mitzvah, or I'm going. Yes. Ach machzor. Emptiness. Good? Pasuk Kavdalet. Ateret Chachamim Oshram. The crown of the Chachamim is their wealth. Udvar Sefatayim, sorry, Ivelet Ksilim Ivelet. But the stupidity of the dullard is their stupidity. Says the Gaon, there's a Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin, it's based on the Gemara. He says, the Chachamim, their crown, their pride, it's their asherut, is their wealth, their financial independence. Because that's good to them, and it gives them it makes them na'eh, respected, appreciated. And he brings that Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin, Daf Nun Bet. Rabbi Eliezer there, he says, Na'eh ha'osher lachachamim. The pasuk says that what the ashirut of the chacham is good to him. So says Rabbi Eliezer like this: Lema talmid chacham dome lifnei am haaretz. What is a talmid chacham? What is he? What does he look like? Or how is he? How is he looked at by am haaretz? בתחילה דומה לקיטון של זהב. In the beginning, when there's distance and all he hears about is the Torah and the gadlut of the Talmid Chacham, he is like a vessel, like a pot of gold in the eyes of the Am Haaretz. Siper emeno. Now the Talmid Chacham mesaper, gets close to the guy and becomes friendly with him. And now they hang out. Now, נהיה לי קיטון של כסף. Now the Am Haaretz doesn't look at the Talmid Chacham as a kli of gold, but of silver. נהנה ממנו, but if the Talmid Chacham benefits from him and is dependent on him, דומה לקיטון של חרס. He's now looked at like a pot, a clay vessel, שנשבר, שכיוון שנשבר, שוב אין לו תקנה. That once it breaks, you cannot fix it. Meaning, you can never regain the kavod from the Am Haaretz for being so exposed and so vulnerable in his eyes. Rabbi Eliezer basically is saying like this. We're talking about the Am Haaretz now. Huh? Am Haaretz. Okay? That a Talmid Chacham needs to be as independent as he can. Because the more you're independent, and the more you will be appreciated and looked up to by the Am Haaretz. The more you get close to the Am Haaretz and the more you become dependent to the Am Haaretz, and the less you are respected in his eyes, to the point that if you're nehene from the Am Haaretz, if you benefit from the Am Haaretz, now the Am Haaretz loses total respect for the Talmid Chacham, and that is unsalvageable. It cannot be repaired. Therefore, says Shlomo HaMelech, Oshram, the financial wealth, the financial independence of the Talmid Chacham, lahem ateret. It's a crown to them. Because that's what protects their kavod as a Talmid Chacham in the eyes of the mundane. By the way, I remember having that conversation with Paul Reichman, Rav Moshe Reichman, alav Hashem. He said that people, when they give tzedakah to Talmidei Chachamim, they need to feel that the Talmid Chacham is below. Because if not, their tzedakah is not worth it. So what makes their tzedakah valuable in their eyes? To make sure that the Talmid Chacham stays in his vulnerable place. But if you really want to give kavod to the Talmid Chacham, you told me, like, give them their independence. Let them rise to your level. That's the big kavod that you can. That's the real kavod that you can give them. But there's very few people do. Imagine now you support someone, suddenly the guy is at your level. It's not good. It's not good. As long as I had the koach over you is good. Now that I don't have the koach over you, this relationship does not fit.
And how can you put a Talmid Chacham in the same?
Oh, well, that's a very good question. No, but first of all, Nachon. So we saw earlier that one of the chesed and the tzedakah of the Talmidei Chachamim, right, is to make sure that he has his own independence. We saw that, right? That you cover all their needs, so that they don't need anything, right? That's what it is. It doesn't mean that they have to be at your level, at your lifestyle level, but at the lifestyle level where where they are independent. Okay? The Shach in Yoreh De'ah, Siman Resh Mem Vav, okay, says that Issachar and Zvulun is not to give to the Lomed Torah to Issachar what he needs, but to give him half of what you make. The Shach, I'm not saying that's the halacha, but that's the Shach. The Shach says when you do Issachar Zvulun, a real Issachar Zvulun, yes, I make $1 with 50-50. That's how Issachar and Zvulun traded. Zvulun didn't say, okay, I'm making sure that you can pay your rent and go to the grocery. No, my pitom. Zvulun told Issachar, we half. Yes, you learn, I get half. That's what we want, right? And I go to work and you get half. You give your 2%, no problem. So the sachar of the limud of Issachar is also 2%. Yeah. But that's never like this. Like, I want half of your limud, but I'm only going to pay for your rent. Right? That's what Rav Moshe Reichman was saying. Because it's convenient. It's convenient. So that's according to the Shach, to answer your question, Andy. But if not, it's to create at least his financial independence. So says the Talmid Chacham, if Bichlal I can be independent, okay, ze ateret, it's a crown for me. Why? Because I don't have to belittle and to show and create dependence, and then lose the respect of the Torah that I can have, and the edge of the Torah that I can have of someone to really help him. That's why in Panama they did the takana that they did. Yes, that you cannot have the shlichim come in shul and they're seder. They cannot inside, they only outside, and it has to be done with a meeting, right? If not, what happens? The second you see somebody come with a beard and a hat and a little bag, oh my gosh, he come for tzedakah. Yes? And then suddenly the interaction with the Talmidei Chachamim changes. It's like, let me hide, let me dodge the bullets. That's exactly what Shlomo HaMelech is talking about here. No, the opposite. You want to be able to look up to the Talmid Chacham, to be in awe of the Talmid Chacham, to want the Talmid Chacham to enter your office. On the same note, says the Gaon, yes, when you learn Torah, what is the atara? What is the crown of the Talmid Chacham? Oshram, it's their wealth. What is their wealth? The Torah, we know, Aniya b'makom ze ve'ashira b'makom acher. Sometimes you learn Torah in one place, and you don't have a lot of Hidushim. And then you learn it somewhere else, and then you have a lot of Hidushim. So in some places, your Torah can be poor. In others, it can be very rich. But that's how, by learning this Torah consistently, you get to the emet of the Torah, right? And that ashirut that you develop as a Talmid Chacham, that's your crown of a Talmid Chacham. That's what gives you the title of a Talmid Chacham. However, ivelet, ksilim ivelet, but the stupidity of the dullard is their stupidity. Says the Gaon, the ksil, he doesn't have depth. The ksil doesn't have the bandwidth. They cannot jump from one place to the other, even though, yes, the Talmid Chacham has very little Hidushim in one place, but he knows how to use that place in another place and make it rich. But the doer, the Ksir, he has nothing, he's empty. So he's going to make a big deal about what he says at the moment. Right? He's not going to embroider it and make it nice, but in reality, he's empty. So what is the stupidity of the evil? It's his own stupidity, the fact that he's empty. Okay? So I think we're gonna stop here. Actually, now, be one more. Actually, I just want to see if yeah, we're gonna do the next pasuk there tomorrow. It's another yesod.
Okay.
Tov. So we did until pasuk kavdalet.